Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. This is Texan TV News, a product of the Texan News Service. Today is Monday, August 5th, 2013, and I'm Ryan Cox. In today's headlines, Japan launches talking humanoid robot into space. Train derails in Louisiana, about 100 homes evacuated. Garner ISD moves into updated school building. Granbury's deputy widow receives wheelchair-accessible van. Tarleton summer commencement to take place this Saturday. A-Rod to play during suspension appeal, as well as this week's weather from the Weather Channel. In breaking news from campus, the University Police Department is currently investigating an allegation of sexual assault which occurred within campus housing in early morning of August 5, 2013. In this incident, the alleged suspect was known to the victim. In international news from the Associated Press, Japan has launched the world's first talking humanoid robot astronaut toward the International Space Station. Kurobo, derived from the Japanese words for hope and robot, was among 5 tons of supplies and machinery on a rocket launched Sunday from the southwestern Japan. The Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, or JAXA, said the childlike robot was designed to be a companion for astronaut Koichi Wakata and will communicate with another robot on Earth, according to developers. Wakata is expected to arrive at the space station in November. Japan boasts the most sophisticated robots in the world. Because of its magna culture, it tends to favor cute robots with human-like characteristics with emotional appeal, a use of technology that has at times drawn criticism for being unproductive. JAXA said the robot launch was successful, and the separation of the cargo vehicle carrying the robot to the space station was confirmed about 15 minutes after liftoff. In national news, the Associated Press reports that a train carrying hazardous materials derailed in Louisiana, and about 100 homes have been evacuated. One person went to the hospital complaining of eye irritation. Officials say more than 20 cars went off the tracks about 3:30 p.m. Sunday near Lawtell, which is about 60 miles west of Baton Rouge. 2 cars of the Union Pacific train were leaking. Company spokesman Raquel Espinoza says one of them is leaking sodium hydroxide, which can cause injuries or even death if it is inhaled or touches the skin. The other is leaking lube oil. Master Trooper Daniel Scott Morrow says the amount leaking is a small air pollution detectors have not picked up anything. The evacuated homes were within about 1 mile of the derailment. In regional news, the Mineral Wells Index reports that Garner ISD, near Weatherford, Texas, has just taken possession of its renewed school building, now bringing 2 buildings under one roof. The $2.2 million capital improvement project addressed security issues, updated wiring and systems, fixed drainage problems, brought classrooms up to state standards, and gave the school a facelift. Initially, the district asked voters to approve an $8 million project, and that after that failed, the district scaled down the plan to the near $2 million price tag. The bond project passed in May 2012, and administrative staff, former students, and friends were helping move back in on Thursday. There are still things that the district would like to do, but Superintendent Marion Ferguson says they accomplished what they set out to do. Also in regional news, Hood County News reports that the widow of Hood County Sheriff's Officer, Patrol Sergeant Lance McLean, on Thursday was presented with something her late husband had tried to win earlier this year, a wheelchair-accessible van. The van, purchased and donated by Van Griffith Kia of Granbury, features a wheelchair lift for their 10-year-old son Quentin. He has 2 rare conditions that require assisted transportation. Lance McLean died on June 29th in a Fort Worth hospital at age 38 after being shot when he responded to a criminal trespass call in Oak Trail Shores. The McLeans, resident of Hico, had entered a National Mobility Awareness Month essay contest in March, hoping to be one of 3 families chosen to receive a similar wheelchair-accessible van. The top 5 were announced in May, but the McLeans did not make that final list, from which the 3 van winners were chosen. Their daughter, 7-year-old Abby, has moderate to severe autism and also requires special attention. Quentin needs to attend doctor's appointments at Scott and White Memorial Hospital in Temple. Transporting him without a suitable vehicle designed for wheelchair was difficult for the family. McLean's widow, Katie, a first-grade teacher in Hico. She says her husband was a wonderful person, my best friend, and a great father. We miss him more each day. It is hard, but we are doing okay with the support of our family, friends, and the Hood County Sheriff's Office. I want to thank everyone in Hood County and Hico that donated or had fundraisers. I am very grateful for everyone's generosity, thoughtfulness, and prayers. We are truly blessed to be surrounded by such amazing people. Griffith said he didn't buy the van as a public promotion, but felt strongly that he owed it to the McLeans because of Lance's sacrifice as a public servant. I'm fortunate to be able to give her what she needed, Griffith said. As far as I'm concerned, those people deserve that. It was a tragedy what happened to Katie. I thought it was the thing to do, to try to give something back to the people who serve this community. The Hood County SWAT team, which included Lance McLean as a member, built a wheelchair ramp at the family's home in Hyco as an added bonus to Katie. Chad Davis, an officer with the Granbury Police Department, survived a gunshot wound on June 28th in downtown Granbury in a shootout with a suspect who shot and killed McLean. Multiple officers returned fire and killed the suspect. In other news, this Saturday marks the day some 445 students have been working and waiting for. This Saturday, according to the Tarleton website, Tarleton's summer commencement ceremony will take place in Wisdom Gym. Tarleton State will award 338 undergraduates and 107 graduate degrees during 2 ceremonies. The College of Agriculture and Environmental Science and Business Administration will hold their ceremonies at 10:30 a.m. This will be followed by the Colleges of Education, Liberal and Fine Arts, and Science and Technology at 2 p.m. Tarleton President Dominic DeTavio will serve as presiding officer for both ceremonies. More information about the August 2013 commencement ceremony and directions to Wisdom Gymnasium can be found online at tarleton.edu. In sports news, the Associated Press reports that Alex Rodriguez will be suspended Monday, likely through the 2014 season as part of Major League Baseball's latest drug investigation, but can play while he appeals. A person familiar with the decision told the Associated Press. Major League Baseball informed the New York Yankees on Sunday that A-Rod will be suspended for his links to a clinic accused of distributing banned performance-enhancing drugs. The person said, speaking on condition of anonymity. Because no statement was authorized, the Yankees weren't told the exact length of the suspension, though they were under the impression it will be through the 2014 season, the person said. The Yankee star could get a shorter penalty if he agrees to give up the right to file a grievance and force the case before an arbitrator. A suspension from Monday through 2014 would add to 214 games, and an unsuccessful appeal could stretch serving the penalty into 2015. In the era before players and owners agreed to a drug plan in late 2002, arbitrators often shortened drug suspensions. In the case of Yankees pitcher Steve Howe, his penalty was cut from a lifetime ban to 119 days. MLB planned an announcement for noon Monday. A second person familiar with the deliberations said, Rodriguez is the most famous person linked to the now-closed Biogenesis of America anti-aging clinic in Florida, and the Yankees expect him to be charged with interfering with MLB's investigation, resulting in a harsher penalty than the other 13 players facing discipline. Rodriguez's return from hip surgery was slowed by a quadriceps injury. He completed his second minor league injury rehabilitation assignment on Saturday night, a 2-day stay at AA Trenton. Rodriguez walked in all 4 plate appearances, a day after hitting a 2-run homer. There have been 43 suspensions under the Major League Drug Agreement since testing with penalties for first offenses started in 2005. According to the Weather Channel, today you can expect sunny skies with a high of 101 and a low of 76. Texan TV News is a product of the Texan News Service. Find us on Facebook and Twitter, and visit our website at texannews.net for all your latest news, sports, lifestyle, and entertainment news. I'm Ryan Cox from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas.